Well, today we observe Vietnam Veterans Day. It's a chance to show appreciation to those who served this country in what was a very unpopular war. Dan Cummins joining us live in studio with the story of an Army vet who says he has no regrets.
You know, that's the case with most Vietnam veterans I talk to. They're in their 70s, even 80s now. For example, Bob Stewart from Oregon. When his older brother was drafted in 1969, Bob volunteered for the Army infantry to stay with his brother. Well, guess what? His brother was sent to Germany. Bob was going to Vietnam spring of 1970.
This is me and my brother right here.
Bob and his brother Butch did train together at Fort Campbell in Kentucky, learning skills that would save Bob's life later. But while Butch's tour was in Germany, Bob was sent to Fort Polk in Louisiana, the famous Tigerland, a simulation of Vietnam, then the real deal in spring of 1970.
I'm not Joe Rambo. This ain't keeping you alive in combat. It's what you have here and what you possess in here. And you have to outsmart the enemy. And you got to care enough about them too, because I think you live by the gun, you die by the gun. Anyways, I went down there and he gave me this box. I put all my stuff in there.
To this day, Bob has a lot of memorabilia around the house. He served with the 25th Infantry, later the 1st Air Cav. He was shot up in Cambodia. Still fighting, Bob earned a bronze medal with valor, the hard way. A tall, skinny kid wound up recruited to be a tunnel rat, crawling into holes with rats and snakes, booby traps, and the enemy.
I was real skinny, and I was in Cu Chi, Vietnam with the 25th Infantry Division, the 1st of the 27th Wolfhounds. And you get to the tunnel and say, oh, we got to call the tunnel rat. You ain't got time for that. You skinny kid, come here. Took a concussion grenade, throw in a hole, hand you a 45 and flashlight, get in there, start shooting. Well, how do I get out? Wait a minute. What's this rope for? Well, if you get shot, we'll jerk you out. What if I don't get shot? Keep shooting till you find an exit. On-the-job training.
Bob came home with 100% disability, including PTSD. 4 years ago, Bob went back to Vietnam, went to Hanoi, Hue, Da Nang, Khe Sanh, Cu Chi, the old tunnels, even met some North Vietnamese soldiers. That did help heal wounds of more than 50 years ago, serving his country in a controversial war.
This is my grandpa's rosary. I went there to help fight for their right to be able to choose what they want to be. And if they want to be communists, have at it. We shouldn't impose our will upon them, our way of life, and nobody else should impose their way of life, the communists or non-communists. But we're willing to fight for them to have that God-given right to choose what they wanted to be. If they chose to be that, have at it. Live with it. But don't say we didn't try to help you. But, you know, our buddies are what we fight for, the guy right next to us.
Bob's in the Ohio Military Hall of Fame, married with 3 grown boys, retired from a career with the railroad. Now he helps people to stay busy, family or friends, and works with groups like the VFW and Vietnam Veterans of America. Reporting tonight, I'm Dan Cummins.